I'm going to demonstrate how to move assignments between assignment groups so that they are weighted properly within Canvas. First, let's go to Assignments. And let's look at the assignment groups. We have, for this class, in-class group activities, in-class group units, quizzes and unit projects, Canvas exercises, quizzes and discussion boards. There's a lot of these. Canvas checkpoint quizzes, there's a lot of those. Written labs, exams, final projects, final exams, ungraded assignments, participation, and imported assignments. Now, imported assignments, that's sort of a garbage can, garbage collection. And at this point in the semester, we're up to Module 17 and Unit 5. Unit 8 checkpoint, that belongs in checkpoints, not in a garbage can called imported assignments. So let's go to the ... and move that to checkpoints. And whether I put it at the top or before or after a certain item or at the bottom, checkpoints is kind of disorganized, so I'm not going to be too concerned about where that is. I'm just going to put it at the bottom and move. And what other checkpoints do I have? Unit 9 checkpoint. Move that to checkpoints also. And so on with all of the checkpoints. Okay, now I want to make sure that everything in the checkpoints category actually is a checkpoint. Okay, and now I want to make sure that everything in the imported assignments is not a checkpoint. Well, the exam one is actually going to belong in the exams. Let's see, imported assignments. That's a discussion. The next one is a quiz. I can tell because it has a little rocket icon. Then I have a discussion, and a quiz. Discussions have talk bubbles. Quizzes have little rocket icons. Quizzes, discussions, None of these are checkpoints. The checkpoints have quiz icons. The did I get this and learn by doings are little quizzes with the rocket ships. So yeah, all of these, which are not checkpoints, discussions, little quizzes, not checkpoints. Unpublished, not a problem. We'll get those published later. Okay, so all of these belong in, let's move the contents of all of this, all of the imported assignments. They all belong in Canvas exercises, quizzes, or discussion boards. And I'm going to place them at the bottom because we've already got modules 1 through 12 or something at the top. So place them at the bottom and move. Now let's check the other grading groups. Participation, ungraded assignments, final exam, final project, exams. Looks like this instructor has something called ASN. Not sure what that is. Written labs. Here are the checkpoint quizzes. Here are the Canvas exercises, quizzes, and discussion boards, the in-class group quizzes and unit projects. Didn't I just see those? No. And the in-class group activities. Roll call attendance. I have a feeling that the roll call attendance actually belongs in the ungraded assignments. I think the roll call attendance probably should be moved to the roll call attendance, or the ungraded assignments. But I'm not going to do that because I'm not sure how the instructor does this in his class. So that's how I can make sure that the assignments are in the proper grading group and they count as the proper percentage of the grade. Now I'm going to delete extraneous grading groups in Canvas. So I'm going to go to Assignments. And first I'm going to go to the 3 dots and Assignment Groups Weight. And I'm going to see that the total groups add up to 100%, but I noticed there's a whole lot of grading groups at 0%. So probably, well, 100% is good, but there's a whole lot of zeros, so probably these zeros are grading groups which actually don't belong there. If I had more than 100%, that means I have duplicates which need to be deleted. The zeros are extraneous groups which probably are there by accident. So the online exercises, those are probably extraneous because the Canvas exercises, quizzes, and discussion boards, I think that's what we mean by online exercises. So I'm going to go to online exercises, the ... I'm going to delete this grading group. Okay. In-class quizzes, I deleted them, but nothing seemed to happen. Oh, there it is. Okay. Sometimes I need to refresh the browser before I see anything happen. Refresh would be F5. In-class quizzes, group quizzes, unit projects, that's 10% of the total. Let's, instead of scrolling down, let me just close this category. Canvas checkpoint quizzes, let's close that category. There we go. Reading assignments and quizzes, 0% of the total. I'm not sure if that's an extraneous category or this instructor just forgot to assign that a weight. That instructor needs to take a look at the reading assignments and quizzes and decide, are there actually going to be reading assignments and quizzes in this course? In which case we need to assign that a weight. We can edit that and give that a weight, a percentage weight of the grade. Or we could delete that and not include it in the course, one or the other. Exams, written labs, checkpoints online. Well, the checkpoints are... What happened to the checkpoints? Checkpoints and checkpoints. We've got 3 things labeled checkpoints. We've got unit checkpoints, module checkpoints, and then we've got overall checkpoints. Lots of imported assignments. Let's see. Then we've got checkpoint quizzes. So the checkpoint quizzes are 5%. We've got 4 checkpoint categories. This is redundant, so let's delete the checkpoints online. The division of checkpoints into module checkpoints versus unit checkpoints, let's delete those. And sometimes Canvas will make duplicates. Sometimes they'll have unit checkpoints and you'll have, again, unit checkpoints. So sometimes instead of the instructor creating extraneous categories, groups, grading groups, sometimes Canvas creates the extraneous grading groups. So I'm going to delete this. If you have extraneous grading groups, the students will see these grading groups on the home page and will probably become confused by why are there so many grading groups? I don't understand what's happening with my grade. That's why I'm going and deleting these extraneous grading groups. Okay, so we've got checkpoints, which are 5%. Reading assignments and quizzes. I don't know what the instructor wants to do with that. Ungraded assignments, final project, imported assignments, participation, labs and other assignments. Participation, I don't know if that's going to be given a percentage or just deleted. Labs and other assignments, same there. Final exam, that needs to be either given a percentage or deleted. And imported assignments. Let's expand that. Earlier in the video, I looked at the imported assignments, and the imported assignments from Module 17 and earlier definitely needed to be moved to the Canvas exercises, quizzes, and discussion boards, because we've already gotten in Module 17 the final versions. Let's see if we've got any of those in here. No. Oh, Module 7. That needs to be moved. Students think that Module 7 is already part of their grade. The rest of these are optional, whether you want to move them right now or you want to move them later. Earlier in the video, I moved everything because that seemed to be the easiest way, rather than moving items individually one at a time when I had dozens of items to move. Here I only have one item that needs to be moved, so I'm just going to move it individually. I'm going to move Module 7 Drinking Habits Lab. I'm going to move only that item to in-class quizzes, group exercises, discussions, and discussion boards. Exercises, quizzes, and discussion boards. I'm going to put it after module, someplace in Module 7. There. And the rest of these modules, I can either move them right now or I can move them later after the edits are made. I think I'll let them be moved later after edits are made. And that's how I clean up my modules in the assignments page.